Get high rapper, the man hour. You already know. It's live. It's raw. It's going down. Like this. I'm going around and letting everybody know that they welcome to the show. It's the littest thing you ever seen, you already know. Let me introduce you to your host of the hour. It be Mike and Mike. Yeah, it's the man hour. Got the hottest plays, all the breaking news. Every rumor, every trade, every breaking bruise. Tighten knuckle screws. Yeah, it's going down. Have you saying what the fuck and never watered down? It's going down. I'll be rolling up. And if you buy it or you sell it, then you made the cut. Watch me flip it back. I can double up. I got sriracha for that ass, I'ma burn it up. Gotta check the rules and know that it be fair and foul. Rep blow the whistle, coach throw the towel. We can do this on the field or outside the lines. It's the man hour though, now we going live.
And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Man Hour After Dark with the men, the myth, the legend himself, Brandon Combs and Mike LeBlanc. As I pushed the wrong buttons, my bad, fellas.
What's going on?
Pushed the wrong button there. First things first, how you guys doing tonight?
Hey,
Doing
look, I learned
fantastic.
something new today, man.
What's that?
Mike LeBlanc can spit bars.
He
Calm
can
down.
spit bars because it's
What
nothing
the
but trash coming out. Because it's trash bars. Boom.
I was blown away before the show.
Hey, if you would listen to the Mike and Mike Man Hour, it was back in May or June when you dropped the freestyle for about a minute and a half?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, come on, Brandon. You got to catch up with the way with the times, man.
Hey,
Shit.
I mean, I don't know. I was surprised.
So I had a debate with Cindy earlier today. I mean, like, obviously, like, I got
Wait, did you hear what he said? He said, I had a debate. That means Cindy told him exactly what she wanted him to do and told him what was right and he was wrong.
Yeah, you're
True.
married. You don't have no debate.
Right.
You argue in your head.
Yeah. But here is the question, right? So we have two young boys in the house, and we're listening to nursery rhymes, right? You know,
Yep.
Baby Shark Doo-Doo, right? So Old McDonald's song came on to the a show, and I'm like, is Bingo the farmer's name or the dog's name? Think about it.
How's it go?
Old McDonald
Was the
had a
farmer.
farm, and Bingo was his name. Oh,
No, that's
No.
not how it goes.
yes, it
There
is.
was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name-o.
There
That's
you go.
exactly what-
Bingo is the
exactly
dog's
what
name.
it's- No,
No,
it's the
you said
farmer's
Old
name.
McDonald had a farm. There was a farmer who had a dog, you goof.
Oh, whatever.
Old
either
McDonald
way-
had a farm is a totally different one. That's E-I-E-I-O.
Right. But either way, Bingo's the farmer's name, right?
No, it's
No.
the dog's name.
Definitely the
Old
farmer's name.
There was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name-o.
It just like literally tells you he
Yeah,
had a
He had a
dog.
dog,
And his
and Bingo
name
was
was
his name.
Bingo.
But like Bingo was the farmer's name, though.
No,
Yeah.
it was the dog's name.
Guys, in the comments, tell me hashtag farmer like hashtag dog over here on the YouTube channel, and we'll have a poll there.
You know,
Professor Leonard.
we can't even fucking take you serious because you still think the Cowboys are going to beat the Steelers this week.
Hey,
That's
facts
true.
are facts. So Professor
they're not
Leonard
facts.
says, "Coombs, are we not doing our picks?"
Oh, we are,
Shit.
Professor Leonard. I apologize. I've been busy, so I've not had a chance to get to you. We are doing picks, but they're going to be on Sundays. We will go over our picks on our own. But we are only doing one show a week with PSS.
Wait. Let's just make picks for this weekend. Let's go through the games.
So we do the picks against the spread. Professor Leonard and I go head to head in 3 games, and we pick.
Oh no, me and Buck pick all the games. I'm sitting at like 65, 66%.
Right.
Buck is at like 12%.
It's
The last 2 weeks, I against the spread or without the spread.
without the spread.
No, without the spread.
Without the spread, yeah. The last 2 weeks, I've lost, I think, 1 game the week before, and then I lost 2 games last week.
If there is anybody above 500 against the spread, I'm going to call them a liar to their face. These spreads have been
Yeah.
so hard
Yeah.
this year. It's been absolutely.
There's been a lot of
ridiculous.
upsets this year. The NFL's
Yeah.
been crazy all year long.
Yeah, so if you guys want to pick the games, we certainly
down.
can.
Yeah, let's
This
do
is
it.
this is the last show of the week because we are Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. East Coast time here, 8 p.m. Central time, over on youtube.com/Mike and Mike Man Hour. So anybody got a sheet of paper handy to write down these picks?
No, you do though, but
Do I? Let me pull up my Man Hour beanie here, guys. You can check that over
got
at
some.
mikeandmikemanhour.com. Pick yourself up a beanie. I got it right here.
I got some paper here. Look. I still have the photo of Alex Smith's leg.
All righty, so let's just jump into some picks here. Like we do have
let's
a
do
live
tonight.
game.
Let's do right now. Right now, I got the Packers, obviously.
So we
Yeah,
have the
I mean,
Packers taking on the 49ers.
The entire 49ers team is either injured or on COVID reserve, so I'd go Packers too.
And I'm going to go with the upset. I like the 49ers. They haven't had time to prepare for Mullins at all. They shit the bed at is it still called Candlelight Stadium, or are they strictly just calling it Levi's Stadium?
Levi Stadium, Jesus, Buck.
But they never changed stadium, so it's still Candlelight, right?
First of all, it's Candlestick.
First of all, it's
Candlestick,
Candlestick. No, not fucking Candlelight.
Candlelight this
This
ass.
is when
49ers are going to win
the
tonight.
Cowboys are going to beat the Steelers this weekend.
49ers win.
Wow.
All right,
Easy.
cool.
Next up, you have the Denver Broncos traveling to the Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Go ahead, Mike.
Ooh.
It's tough. This is a tough game. I'm going to go with the Falcons, though, playing at home. I know Denver's traveling cross country. It's an early game, too. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons on this game.
I'm going Broncos. Falcons are trash. I'm going Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going with the Broncos too. This is Drew Lock's, I believe, second week back from being injured, and the Broncos are a team that you don't want to let get confidence whatsoever.
Not me.
I'm picking the Buffalo Bills because I like the Buffalo Bills defense better. The last time the Seahawks traveled across the continent to play an early game, they struggled getting against the Miami Dolphins. Which
All right, we
got to
do the rest of these games different.
Undeterred what the Miami is, but
I gotta let
picking
Buck go
Bills.
first, so that way, because I can't pick the same games Buck has. I can't pick.
Chicago at Tennessee. I'm picking the Tennessee Titans. They're at home. They have a little chip on their shoulder plus a 2-game losing streak. I don't see them losing 3 in a row. Give me the Titans.
You know, this is a hard one for me because of the Chicago defense. They're when you stop Derrick Henry, you make Tannehill go out and win the game. And when you put it on Tannehill's shoulders, he's shown you that he can't come through. But on the other side of the ball, for Chicago, that offense is kind of lackluster over the past couple weeks. So this is a toss-up. This is a hard one. But I think Tannehill plays better than either Foles or Trubisky, whoever they're going to roll with. I think Tannehill has a better game than either one of those quarterbacks, and I think Tennessee squeaks by, wins this game late. It's going to be by a field goal.
So, look, everybody knows I'm a Bears fan. Everybody's waiting for the homer pick. Hell, I got the Bears hat on. I got the Bears stuff in the background. He's picking the Bears, right?
Titans.
No, man. The way that this offense has been so bad, and unless somehow, some way, he finally, Matt Nagy finally decides that he's going to call a game for Nick Foles instead of for Mitch Trubisky with Nick Foles starting, it's just going to continue to be the same way. The Bears aren't going to score very many points, and the Titans are very good. I'm on the Titans. I mean, it's just the Titans are better than the Bears. The Bears just, they're going to be 5-4 after this week.
Alrighty, so Professor Leonard is coming on and saying he is above 500 on the picks versus the spread.
So
I want to say you are the
picks,
professor, so yes, you should be over 500.
When we started doing our picks on TSS, so I knew him a little bit just from talking to him on Facebook and stuff like that. But he's like, oh, I could do some picks against the spread, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll go head to head. Well, then he sends me the spreadsheet, and this fucking spreadsheet is about this damn long. He goes, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that we do I do picks against the spread, and I have this whole thing, and I do on a whole nother show. My whole thing is just picking against the spread and why, and I'm like, oh, okay, now you tell me.
Green Bay just picked off Mullins.
Who cares? Nonetheless, moving on to the next one, Baltimore at Indianapolis. Brandon, who you got?
Oh man, Indy's been playing hot. The Baltimore's always the sexy pick, but they're also that team that could show up and disappoint you.
Right.
I think that I'm gonna go Ravens on this one. I'm going Ravens. I think that defense is going to be able to get to Rivers, and once you start getting to Rivers, you shake him up, and he's a totally different quarterback.
Yes, once you start getting in Rivers' head, he gets pissed off at everybody. He starts doubting himself. He starts making poor judgments and poor throws. And I do think that that Baltimore defense, that defensive line, I think gets to him 2 or 3 times in the first half, and it kind of rattles him and knocks him off his game. I've got Baltimore in this game.
I'm picking the Colts simply because I don't like Lamar Jackson in this game versus the Indianapolis defense. For some reason the Colts defense is very intriguing to me, and I think they can handle the Ravens. To answer Professor Leonard's question here, the spread is plus 1.5 in Colts' favor there.
I'd stay away from that spread.
So
hey, Professor Leonard, since you're listening, let us know what you're crazy. He has these crazy picks of the week, and they always sound ridiculous.
Why don't you send him the link and he can jump on in?
They always hit. I don't know what it is.
So you can send him the link and he can pop in if he wants here. Moving on to the next one, we have Carolina versus Kansas City. I'm picking the Chiefs. Homer the bet it is 100%.
So Panthers, Kansas City.
Christian McCaffrey comes back this week, doesn't he?
He does.
First week back. He won't have his game legs. Actually, pick the Panthers.
I bet he will.
Be wrong.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to go with Carolina in this game. I'm going to go with a close game.
My man.
Carolina pulls this out.
This is my upset pick of the week.
Yep.
The Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Chiefs, and Christian McCaffrey is going to run for like 130 yards. You can say he doesn't have his game legs all you want. Kansas City's defense is not it's not as good as it was last year.
Horrible.
And Christian McCaffrey is going to have a game. And so I'm taking the Panthers in this one too.
So just a disclaimer, I'm simply solely picking this game because I am a Chiefs fan, but you guys are right. This is a trap game for Kansas City 100%. You're kind of overlooking a very what's the word I'm looking for? Overlooked Panthers team, I think.
Very capable Panthers team.
Very capable, and it makes them even more capable with Christian McCaffrey coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
So the next game here is a very capable game as well. The Detroit Lions traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Brandon, who you got?
Black and blue division. These division games are always hard to tell. I'm gonna go with the Vikings on this one. Look, I like what they've been doing. Even when they weren't winning early in the season, they were still putting up points. I think they have maybe 1 or 2 games where they really didn't score too well. But look, I think that the Vikings will beat the Lions this week. I just think that the Lions are they're all right, but they're not. I think the Vikings are a better team. I think a better run game, and they got more weapons. I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going with the Detroit Lions because I think they're better than the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Lions are better than the Bears. I think the Lions are better than the Packers. The Lions win this game because the simple fact that they have Matthew Stafford, even though I think he is on the COVID list again, right?
He is.
So yeah.
LeBlanc, are you listening to this crap coming out of this kid's mouth again?
No.
He just said the Lions are better than the Packers.
Yeah, I'm not.
They are going to give Adrian Peterson the ball 20+ times this
Man,
game.
look. The Lions aren't going to win, right? That's just Kirk Cousins, I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins is going to have a really good game. They're giving up pass yards. They're giving up in between. They're giving up 250, 300 passing yards a game average. And they're giving up, roughly about 120 average run yards. So Dalvin Cook is going to be the deciding factor in this game. I'm telling you right now, Dalvin Cook is going to go out and have a phenomenal game.
He already had his phenomenal game of the season.
No.
Chase Daniel is going to eat the Vikings up this week. Pick him up on fantasy. 350 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And you're not going to have Stafford at the helm? No. They
Chase
already
Daniel.
suck as it is. Who the fuck is Chase Daniels? Nobody gives a shit about him. Come on, Buck. This bullshit that just flies out of your mouth week after or day after day. How do you really think the Lions have a chance?
Isn't Chase Daniel from Missouri?
Yes.
Didn't he beat Texas 3 years in a row?
Ooh, we're talking about fucking the NFL, not college.
Didn't he back up for the Kansas City Chiefs for a couple years? Who did he back up? Not
He's
Patrick Mahomes.
always a backup.
So Chase Daniels and Cooper Rush are Hall of Famers according to Buck. Let's go.
No, but they can win me one game when I need
God.
No.
it. New York Football Giants taking on the Washington Football Team. Who do you got?
I got the Redskins in this game. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna change my pick.
You can't.
I really think after watching the Giants against the Bucks the other night,
Don't do it. Don't
I
do
think
that.
they're starting to get. I think they're starting to
Don't
get it
do
together.
that.
I'm gonna take an upset right here, and I'm gonna pick the Giants to beat Washington.
That's a great pick.
But you're wrong.
I'm
So
not.
Washington, not Redskins anymore, are going to win this game. They've got a better defense. They're better on offense than the New York Giants. They're better at every position. They are better than the New York Giants, and they are going to beat the New York Giants again. The Washington, not Redskins anymore, are going to compete for this division. And so I got the Washington, not Redskins anymore.
So here's the deal: the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC East, and the path goes for
Fuck.
the
Stop!
and the
Stop!
path goes for the New York Giants to beat the Washington Football Team this weekend, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take the blueprint that they had on Monday night, and they're going to wax that ass.
If the Giants win, here's a newsflash for you. If the Giants win, the Cowboys aren't beating the Steelers, so that puts the Giants ahead of the Cowboys because of their win against the Cowboys. Stop.
Listen, I already told you the Cowboys
are
are going
not
to win.
good. They are not winning the NFC East. You are out of your damn mind. Just stop.
Guys, we have a special guest on the show, Professor Leonard, the only guy
going
above
on,
500
Professor?
picking against the spread this season. What's up, Professor?
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
We're fantastic,
Going on,
man.
We're just listening to Buck just spew bullshit out of his mouth like we do.
Listen, you know what? We all need people like Buck in our lives, okay?
Well, yeah, but only when we're betting
listen,
against
hang
them.
on. But listen, see, you just got to the punchline. See, he just ruined my punchline. Just like the Titans are gonna ruin the Bears day, so it's fine.
I agree with you. Titans are going to ruin the Bears' day.
You guys can say what you want about me, but let's skip a few games here. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. I told you guys this last night, and
That's
it's going
not
to happen.
happening,
It
Buck.
is going to happen.
Stop.
Listen, actually, okay, hang on. If I could be the
Oh,
voice of reason,
Don't do it to me, Professor.
no. If I could just be the voice of reason for a moment. There's times when Steelers play like they are the Steelers, yes? And then there's that 1 or 2 games in the season where they just show up and they forgot how to play football, right? For whatever reason. However, Buck, it's not going to be this weekend.
Yes, it is.
The Steelers
Come
are going
on,
to
man.
walk in there
Yes.
and they're going to beat
Attaboy.
the Cowboys, okay? Listen, I gave them a half an ounce of hope last weekend when I was talking to Combs, right? I said, watch, the Cowboys are going to mess up, or excuse me, the Eagles are going to mess up. The Cowboys are going to come in here and they're going to win this game. You got, a rookie QB, a rookie running back, rookie receivers. Your starting running back is chance for the Cowboys, Oh, okay, sorry.
You're good.
So this was the time for the young core that is the Cowboys to step up and say, this is who we are. Well, they stepped up and said, we're not here yet. So they're not going to win this week. I love your enthusiasm. You know, I can kind of see, I do see the Patriots, excuse me. I don't mean to speak about a Jays team. But I do see the Pittsburgh Steelers losing 2 games this season, but it's not going to be this weekend.
No,
It is gonna be this
and not
weekend.
only that, but Zeke is also hurt now too. Zeke has a hammy. And
Zeke has been hurt for 4 weeks because he
It's
can't
just a
hold a
ploy.
football.
It's just
So-
a ploy.
So I don't know what you're smoking on, Buck, but I mean, you might want to do a little bit more passing than puffing.
Yeah.
So, Professor, you are a guy who picks against the spread. This is a 14-point spread in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Steelers cover the 14 points?
Oh, easy.
Well, it's
Cowboys.
so
Steelers
hang
win
on.
this game. Steelers win this game between 17 and 21 points.
so
Mm-hmm.
I ran the numbers, right? And the numbers came up 16.2. Okay? So because of the numbers, I want to say yes, okay? But this is a game that is on my list to stay away from this week, only because
Cooper Rush.
no. God, no. It's just that, again, this is a game that you expect a team to perform in a certain aspect, right? However, there's too many ifs available in this game in terms of individuals who are playing versus who are not playing. There are a number of individuals who are questioned to be playing. And it's ideal that, yes, the Steelers will cover the 14 points, but it's not enough. It's what we call a trap cover, right? It's giving you just enough bait on the hook for you to take. And unfortunately, this is a game that I always tell people, you know, I always give you that 2 or 3 games to just stay away from this week, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I mean, you guys are obviously picking the Steelers to win, right?
Yes.
And you guys are all wrong because the Cowboys are going to win. You can even keep your 14 points. They're going to win outright, 100%. Houston at Jacksonville. BC, who you got?
Houston and Jacksonville. Man, that's another. I'm taking Houston in it. Where's it at? Is it in Houston?
At Jacksonville. At Jacksonville.
I'm still taking Houston.
Yeah,
With
I'm taking Houston too. I think the difference maker in this game is going to be Watson, right?
Yeah,
Fucking
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. That's going to be the difference maker in this game. That defense, Jacksonville defense, I don't even know if I would put them on the same path as the Cowboys. They're just atrocious.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're all right.
Oh,
Professor, you got something to say about that? Professor, you got something to say about that?
It just cut out on me, so I didn't hear what he said. Only thing I heard.
He basically said that Houston is going to win, and he's absolutely wrong because the Jacksonville Jaguars are starting a rookie quarterback this week, and they're going to win. Everybody wants out of Houston, guys. Fuller wants out. J.J. Watt wants out. Hell, Deshaun Watson wants out. Everybody wants out of
you come to the
Houston.
Cowboys. I'll take Deshaun Watson on the Cowboys.
But I'm telling you, everybody wants out, so they're going to be playing not to get hurt. So any sign of like putting yourself in a difficult situation, oh, coach, I'm tired, right? Jacksonville wins.
I actually want to argue that point because a number of them are playing for next year, right? Because
Right.
a
They're
number
playing for
of them
contracts
are
next year.
playing for contracts. That's why I have the Texans this weekend. With the spread is currently
Green Bay just
-7.
scored again.
I would not take the spread. I would actually take the Jacksonville in this spread because I think it's going to be closer than what people think. But no, I have the Texans in this game because yes, there are players who are trying to get out of Houston to go play on teams that will actually get a W. But again, they're not just going to play to a point that satisfies for the game. They're still trying to play for a spot on a team next year. So that's where I'm sitting on that one.
So BC and Mike both got Houston. I'm taking Jacksonville in this game, guys. We need to go quickly over these next 3 games. We're getting close to a break here. Like we have the Raiders taking on the Chargers at LA.
Crazy
Mike, who do you
pick
got?
of the week. Here we go.
Crazy.
I got the Chargers here.
I've got the Chargers too. I think
Yeah. The way he's been playing, man, the way their quarterback's been
Herbert?
playing,
Herbert's
Herbert's insane.
Herbert is the fucking truth.
Yeah,
He came out of
I
nowhere.
really like this kid. Yes.
His downfield ball is so pretty. So pretty.
Everything he does is pretty.
The kid is amazing. He's going to rejuvenate this Chargers team. Over the next 4 years, once they start putting more pieces around him and that defense builds, look for this in the next 3 or 4 years. Look for the Chargers to be a force to be reckoned with in the AFC.
I agree.
Go ahead, Professional.
Thank you, Buck. So the spread on this is even, which is crazy, right? This is
Yep.
actually what Combs was referring to earlier as my crazy pick of the week. I actually have the Raiders over the Chargers, and I said this 2 weeks ago. I said, watch out, the Raiders are going to mess around and actually earn a wild card spot in the AFC playoffs. So this is a game that's going to help them get to that point.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thought because the Raiders, like I said, they're going to be really good or really bad, and right now they're on the cusp of being really, really good. But moving on to the next one, Miami traveling
So
to
you got
Arizona
the
to take on
Raiders,
the
Buck?
Cardinals. I'm taking the Chargers
Oh, okay.
because I'm afraid of the Raiders. I think if they catch fire, they
Crazy pick of the week.
they put Kansas City's division championship in jeopardy if they win. So
Right.
Chargers. Miami at Cardinals. Mike, who do you got?
Arizona, hands down. Kyler Murray is going to have a blast. I know. Tua came out and had a great game in last week, but look, that defense is sound with the Cardinals, but the Miami defense is not sound enough to handle Fitzgerald, D Hops, and Kyler Murray.
BC.
Yeah, Cardinals. The Cardinals are really, really good. They're impressing me. I'm going Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals as well. I don't think Tua is ready to go toe to toe with Kyler Murray quite yet. If he would have started like week 3, maybe he would have gone toe to toe with him a little bit. But yeah,
12 to 25 for 93 yards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs some more game reps. Professor, who do you got?
Not only give me the Cardinals, but double the spread, and I'll take the Cardinals.
There you go. All right,
like
the
it.
last game of the night, we do have probably the game of the week besides the Steelers-Cowboys game. The Saints taking on the Bucs. Saints take Drew Brees versus Tom Brady, round number 2. Mike, who do you got? It's a tough one, isn't it?
What's taking you so long?
The GOAT versus the mini GOAT. Who do you got?
What is taking
No,
you?
it's more like the goats versus the other farm animals.
I'm going to go with New Orleans in this game.
Good pick.
Oh my.
I'm going to take New Orleans in this game. Drew Brees drives him down the field late in the fourth quarter just to kick a field goal to win the game, if not going to overtime.
Tampa Bay wins this game. Antonio Brown probably has 2 or 3 touchdowns. Tampa Bay wins this game. Buck, who you got?
Well, the reason why Tampa Bay, or the only reason why Antonio Brown is going to get 2 to 3 touchdowns is because Tom Brady is going to force in the ball, like I told you last night. But I still think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go 10-6 right now. They're sitting at 6-2 with 8 games left. I think this is one of their last 4 losses of the season.
They're not going to swept by New Orleans.
I think Drew Brees and Michael Thomas plays this week. He is done getting punished or whatever the hell they're doing over there. Drew Brees and Michael Thomas find the connection. Like again, we see the Saints of old with 13-3 from last
And we
year.
have a healthy Kamara. Man, it's going to be a good game.
It is going to be good.
I've got New Orleans winning this game. It's going to be
Professor
out of your
shaking
mind.
his head in disagreement. What you
He's
think,
mad
Professor?
because you guys have been forcing him to agree with me.
You guys keep going in and out on me, but I think you asked me my opinion. Give me Brady. Give me Gronk. Brady and Gronk are rekindling the
84
fire.
years of age.
You know, if I can actually use that term, right? I'm sorry. I do think that Drew Brees is gonna lead the Saints down in those final, seconds of the game, but he's gonna get intercepted in the end zone, and the Bucks are gonna win. So there you go.
Agreed.
Interesting. Well, guys, Professor Leonard, thanks for joining us on today's show at short notice here. They tell me that you have a show. Where's your show located at?
Comb Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does picks on he does picks for a spread.
Alrighty, guys. We're going to take a quick little break. On the other side of the break, Professor, go ahead.
Just remember, bet responsibly. If you have a problem with betting, ask for help.
Don't ask me because I want to encourage you to bet against me all the time. So, Professor is out. Guys, we're going to take a quick little break. After the break, we have to talk a little J.J. Watt. I mean, I told you guys everybody wants out of Houston. Does J.J. Watt want out of Houston too? Find out after the break. The Man Hour After Dark. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Man Hour After Dark, guys. Michael Buckcastle with Brandon Combs and Mike LeBlanc. I pushed the wrong button again, guys. My bad. I keep on removing and
Rookie.
It's
Mike,
not a rookie. It's just I don't want to
LeBlanc
hear what you
comes
want to
on
say.
With his mic on mute, you're always pressing the wrong buttons. No
Hey.
wonder you guys added me to the show.
Yeah, we needed somebody to make us look better, and it's helping, really. So,
All right.
so. As alluded to before the break, guys, J.J. Watt had some interesting comments coming out after the trade deadline. Obviously, J.J. Watt was he passively on the trade market? Like the Houston was kind of putting out feelers there to see what they could get, and then J.J. Watt come out and said he is not interested of being on a team that is going to rebuild. This is his 9th year in the season. Brandon Combs. Read between the lines there. What is JJ really saying?
Look, the guy's been in the league for 9 years now. He's put his time in Houston, and it's been wasted under Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien wasted J.J. Watt's years in Houston, and now they're going to have to go through a rebuild. And J.J. Watt wants to go win a ring. He wants a chance to contend. And they could have had that in Houston, but they had the worst coach / GM in probably the history of the NFL. He was so bad, and he just ruined everything that J.J. Watt was trying to do, and what Deshaun Watson could have done, and what they could have done with DeAndre Hopkins, and they just never built around him. So I don't blame J.J. Watt. I'd want out too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he wants out. I mean, you can read between the lines. He flat out said, "I don't want to rebuild. I want to compete for a championship." Look, JJ Watt has Defensive Player of the Year. He's got the MVPs. He's got all that. He's got all the accolades he's need. He has the money. He has everything except the Super Bowl ring. JJ Watt is a Hall of Fame player. He wants a championship. He wants to solidify his name in history.
So the problem that I have with everything that you guys said, yes, I do think J.J. Watt is a great player when he is in there, but let's look at the last. Brandon, correct me if if I'm wrong. We looked at this pre-show. He's played 6 of his 9 seasons, right? A full 16-game season. However, the last 4 he has only played 1 full season, right?
Yes, he's only played 1 full season in the last 4. He had that back injury.
Right.
And so far he played all of last year. He played all 16 games last year, and he's played 7 this year.
It doesn't matter that he's only played 1 full season. Look, he's going to go to a team.
He's played 6 full seasons.
He's played
1
6
full
full
season
seasons
last.
out of his 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. It doesn't. He's not going to go to a team that is going to need him to do everything on the defense. Right? Let's be honest. Since before they had
Chicago?
Jadeveon Clowney, right? It was all J.J. Watt on that
Yeah.
defensive line, right?
Yep.
J.J. Watt gave everything to the game, gave everything to Houston, sacrificed his body, everything like that. The next team that he goes to, it's going to be a team that's already established, that's going to be competing for a Super Bowl. So you're not going to be asking the next team he goes to. You're not going to be asking J.J. Watt like, "Hey, we need you to come in here because our defense fucking sucks, and we need you to revamp our defense." He's already said, "I don't want to rebuild." So he is not going to a team who is in rebuild mode or who is on the cusp or anything like that. He's going to a team that is a certified, bona fide contender. Seahawks, Arizona, the Bucks, Kansas City. He's going to a team that for sure is a Super Bowl contender. The Green Bay Packers. I like what Tim said. Don't be surprised if he goes there.
I think he is a perfect fit for Kansas City. I really do. That defense is really, really close. I do disagree. I don't think he's in Green Bay next year because I also don't think that Aaron Rodgers is in Green Bay next year. So
Green Bay will be in rebuild mode after this season.
How do you figure that, Buck?
Aaron Rodgers is gone. Your whole team is.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers leaves next year, guys.
Aaron Rodgers. You want to hear my crazy pick? My crazy pick is that Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback of the Chicago Bears next year.
I don't think he'll go interdivision.
No, he won't go
He's going to go a la Brett Favre, and he's going to go interdivision, and he's going to stick it to Green Bay.
Just despite them. So
just because of they never built around him. They never gave him what he needed to.
Right.
You put Aaron Rodgers in, just so many different organizations, and he wins multiple titles. Aaron Rodgers is probably he's a top 5 quarterback of all time, easily.
You want to hear my crazy pick about if Aaron Rodgers isn't with Green Bay next year?
What?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No. Tom Brady's going to be there next year.
No,
Tom Brady's got another 2 or 3 years left to play.
He has another 2 or 3 games.
Oh my God, dude! Do you even fucking watch football anymore? Or do you
watch it. I break it down.
Rattle shit out of your mouth.
You guys need to learn how to watch the games.
What you need to do is get off the high school field and come watch some NFL games, and then maybe you'll see what's going on, and you won't have these awful takes.
So here's my crazy
defense
pick.
was the best defense in the state. So
here's my crazy pick. If Aaron Rodgers is not on,
do not say Dallas Cowboys because it's not happening.
Yes, he will be reunited with Mike McCarthy. Yes, I know. Everybody said Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers had a horrible relationship. Dak Prescott, I don't think is going to be the same Dak Prescott after what he's going through. I don't even think he's going to play next season, honestly.
It takes a while to come back from a compound fracture. Never mind all the other shit that happened to his ankle. This man had a compound fracture, which for those of you that don't know, a compound fracture means the bone came out of the skin. It takes a while to come back from that. If Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers is like Tom Brady. He's only got a couple more years left to play. Are we all in agree? Or do we all agree with that?
Yeah.
You're right.
I think he goes back to the Cowboys and he gets reunited with Mike McCarthy because here's why. Listen to me now. Now I know they have
Mike McCarthy though.
Huh?
He's the reason Mike McCarthy was gone.
I get that. I understand that. Yes, but
so why would he go back to him? Just because you want to see him in Dallas?
No, because he goes back because with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, with all the weapons that the Cowboys have,
dude,
they are legitimate instant Super Bowl contenders.
That team would be filthy, man.
That is a stereotypical Dallas Cowboys fan because every year they're Super Bowl contenders right now.
It's true though.
No, that Cowboys team would be nasty.
You said that with Andy Dalton.
No, I did not.
I did.
Yes,
because Andy Dalton is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
So
but
Brandon Combs chimes in says new poll: does Michael Buckheiser have the worst takes in the history of sports talk? Man, I don't know who that Brandon Combs guy is, but he's pretty freaking smart.
Well, guys, let me complete this full circle and go back to J.J. Watt here. So, if you remember just a couple years ago, the Houston Texans defense was probably one of the most feared front sevens of all of football. They had Mario, what's his name, from South Carolina that killed that Michigan grad, right? They had J.J. Watt. They had Jadeveon Clowney, like as well. And the fact that they couldn't win then, like J.J. Watt wants out of Houston because of what they did to DeAndre Hopkins, what they're doing to the receiving core there now. They're
What
looking
they're
to
doing to
trade.
Deshaun Watson, man. If I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm asking for a trade too.
Yeah, but they just paid him like $100 million. So he's there
He's
for
not
life.
going nowhere. Watson
No,
is he's
He's
fucked.
gonna have a wasted career.
So Brandon, I did like what you said about the Kansas City Chiefs. There
Of
is a
course you did.
difference. But I'm
Same
saying
reason
there
why
is
we
a
both have
difference.
Aaron Rodgers on our favorite team next year.
There is a difference between rebuilding and retooling, right? All the pieces are there for the Kansas City Chiefs to be a great defense. They're just missing that one guy. I thought Chris Jones could have been that guy. Yes, they gave him like $96 million, but he is not that guy.
He's
I
not
think-
J.J. Watt.
I think J.J. Watt is the engine to a Cadillac over there in Kansas City.
That team. would
Kansas
be-
City has a Cadillac without an engine right now on the
Yeah.
defensive side of the ball.
That's the way I feel about Aaron Rodgers with the Dallas Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers would be the engine to a fucking Lamborghini with the Cowboys.
But Mike, what you're saying is all false because Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy won one Super Bowl.
And he hates Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have a
I'm
horrible
telling you.
relationship.
Telling you.
Horrible relationship. So unless they fire Mike McCarthy and bring Aaron Rodgers in, that's the only way that's happening.
Watch.
All right.
I mean,
All right.
we kind of hinted at that in the offseason when the whole Jordan Love thing, like, it went down. And at the time, it kind of made sense. But sitting back and thinking on it now, Aaron Rodgers to the Cowboys makes 0 sense now. 0 sense. They're going to sign Dak to the franchise tag.
No, I don't.
Next year,
I
they're
don't
going to
think
draft a
so.
quarterback
No,
in the
see,
draft.
I disagree. I think Aaron Rodgers to Dallas makes plenty of sense if Mike McCarthy isn't their coach.
So at hindsight, it makes sense because you have to fire this person, this person, and this person for it to make real sense. Is what you're saying.
If I'm and the Packers just scored again. If I'm the owner, if I'm the owner of the Cowboys, I fire Mark McCarthy and his coaching staff, and I bring in Aaron Rodgers. If I have the chance to bring in Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to ask Aaron Rodgers who he wants to coach the team.
I didn't really think about talking about the Cowboys tonight, but listen here. We are seeing in the NFL season with the injuries and the teams making these late season pushes, right? Off season is very important, especially for a new coach. If the Dallas Cowboys would have had a complete off season with Mike McCarthy, they would probably be 6-2, not 2-6. Right?
No. The Cowboys. I wasn't a big believer in the Cowboys with a healthy team. I thought the Cowboys were still an 8-8, 9-7 type team with a healthy team.
Same.
I don't like Mike McCarthy.
Same.
Mike McCarthy is not a good coach. Mike McCarthy proved in Green Bay that he wasn't a good coach.
And then
Mike McCarthy is what's right.
brought
Mike
in
McCarthy.
Mike Nolan, who's a moron.
Mike McCarthy is a slight step up from Bill O'Brien. He's not quite Bill O'Brien, but he's pretty damn close.
So listen here. I think Bill O'Brien is a good GM. He is not a good head coach / GM.
How is he a good
How is he a
GM?
good GM when you get rid of your number one wide
He
receiver?
traded
Because he
DeAndre
was-
Hopkins because he said they were going with a running game, and then who did they sign as their running back?
No, they got rid of Hopkins because he was messing around with his daughter. That's what it came down to. Personal vendetta. The head coach came into play there. If he was just a GM, he would have kept DeAndre Hopkins because, like, hey, he's our best option to win many games.
If he got
Well-
if that's true, if he got rid of DeAndre Hopkins for messing with his daughter, DeAndre Hopkins is now my favorite player in the NFL.
That is what I read in like some in some Houston
I'm getting
Texans.
me a DeAndre
pick.
Hopkins jersey now. That's it. I'm
So-
ordering one.
So I used to do a show with Marcus, the Sports Freak, huge Houston Texans fan, and if I'm not mistaken, if my facts serve me right, he is the one that wrote the article. So we'll have to get him on, ask him about that. But I'm pretty sure that is what it was. But let's go ahead and transition gears here and talk a little bit about COVID and the NFL. Obviously, we have a football game going on right now. The San Francisco 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers. And I believe there are 13-plus players missing from the San Francisco 49ers because of COVID-related reasons, contact tracing, COVID, etc. And just today alone, the Houston Texans facility and the Chicago Bears facilities have been shut down because of COVID-related stuff. Mike, does the NFL finish the season with everything happening in the COVID world right now?
Yeah, for sure.
Why? Why do you think that? Because it's the
Because
NFL.
the NFL is a fucking machine. We're not talking about Major League Baseball. We're not talking about the NBA. We're not talking about the NHL. We are talking about the NFL. Billions and billions of dollars. This is not shutting down.
I agree with you, but only because Roger Goodell has a god complex. And correct me if I'm wrong here, LeBlanc, but the lack of a game plan for COVID-19 in the NFL is mind-boggling.
Yes,
Absolutely
agreed.
mind-boggling.
Agreed.
Like,
I think they should have followed the NBA suit and played in a bubble. You have no, check it out. Like, we talked about this at the beginning of the season, right? Texas, we're not playing with fans in the stands, right? So home field doesn't fucking matter, right? Would you agree?
Right. Yeah.
So you have states like Texas, Florida, and California who have huge colleges, who have stadiums galore, who have stadiums towns that just fucking have stadiums to have stadiums. San Antonio has a football stadium that hosts the Big 12 championship that does not use, it's just a fucking stadium there, right? There's plenty of towns around in Texas, California, and Florida, right? So you divide everybody up and you put everybody in a fucking bubble and say, hey, you want to play? Cool. Then this is how we're doing it. We're putting everybody in the bubble. You're not going out. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Because at the end of the day, it's your fucking job.
And I said the same thing. I mean, you could do what the NBA, a mix of what the NBA and what the MLB did. You put them in like 3 or 4 different sites, and like what the MLB did for the playoffs. And then you just have, look, NFC is only playing NFC this year. AFC is only playing AFC this year. We'll mix up the divisions. You guys can play interdivision and all that. But it's going to be at these sites. But the fact that even though they wanted to travel like Major League Baseball did, and Major League Baseball had some problems in the beginning, but they corralled it and they got through their season just fine. The NFL has no game plan. They have no desire to push games back. Like this game tonight is a perfect example. You've got 7 guys that are on the COVID list. And these guys, I mean, San Francisco was already depleted with injuries. But now they lost all of their running backs.
So here's my take on that, though. Here's my take on that. It's not like baseball, right? Where it's in football, it's very, very much, no matter what team you're on, it's next man up mentality. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but man, it is a fully man. Let me ask you a question here, Mike. If Aaron Rodgers was positive this week, would they be playing right now?
Yeah, I still think they would.
Yeah, because we see
wouldn't.
Matthew Stafford test positive.
Yeah, but the Matthew Stafford
I get where you're going
Aaron
with this.
Rodgers.
It's not Aaron. Matthew Stafford doesn't have the star power and the celebrityness of what, or however you want to say it.
And Green Bay is a better team than Detroit. Green Bay is playing for a division title, for an NFC title. Green Bay is has a chance to do something here. So they're going to push them to play games and not miss games. They
So
don't
I
care if
also
you're
said the
Detroit
same thing
Lions
about-
versus your Detroit Lions versus your whatever you want to say, the Atlanta Falcons. If them two are playing this week and they both got teams on COVID, they're canceling the game.
So I said the same thing about when the whole Raiders offensive line had COVID and they missed like 4 days of practice. A guy said if this was Tom Brady's offensive line, they wouldn't have played the game because it's Tom Brady. And I want to step back on that because I'm going to jump in with like what like Mike is saying. I mean the NFL has kind of said it from the start. We are the NFL. We do what we want, when we want, how we want, because we are the revenue making money in the world. Right now, let's be honest, the NFL is what's keeping America afloat right now. We are talking about sports because NFL is on right now. We are not talking about the presidential election. We're talking about NFL because it is on, right?
Right. No, I
So-
agree. In sports, I mean, sports just has that way of doing it. Like for me, that's why I became so in love with sports. For one, is because when I'm watching the game, or when I'm playing the game, or when I'm doing anything surrounding the game, here talking with you guys about the game, like for that amount of time that I'm involved in the game, there's no bills, there's no
Right.
kids, there's no wife, there's no
Nothing
there's no
nothing else in
election.
the world matters.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about sports, and that's why sports
What's
has
even
the power to bring
greater?
everybody together.
Exactly. You just said it. I mean, it brings everybody together, no matter what race, creed, religion. It doesn't matter what you are. Doesn't matter what walk of life you are.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you're a Cowboys fan. Hey, so am I. Now, boom. Now we got something in common, and it doesn't matter who you are. You know what I mean?
In 2016, when the Cubs won the World Series, man, and you had all them videos of people crying after 108 years of suffering, and all the people in the stands that are hugging and cheering together. Do you think they cared that the person that they were hugging or crying with voted for Trump or voted for Biden or voted for Clinton at the time? They didn't care, man. They didn't care if one was, black, white, Asian. They didn't care because sports brings you together. In that moment, you don't care about anything else. You care about that moment. You care about the teams that are playing. That's my absolute favorite part about sports.
Yeah, like just like what I tell my kids before every practice, you get to live your life as loud as you want for the next 2 hours here.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So I don't think COVID will shut down the NFL. Not even for like a week, because after these couple weeks pass, it's all going to be clear sailing from here on out. Like, let's be flat
Yeah.
honest about it.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Brandon, any closing thoughts, man?
Hey, cheers, fuckers.
Cheers.
Hey, you can't be taking my tagline. Cheers, fuckers.
Guys, have a good night. Man Hour After Dark next week, Monday, 9 p.m. East Coast time, 8 p.m. Central time, here on the YouTube channel. See you then.
Cheers, fuckers.
Bye.